Ooh, right. Good afternoon, people. PJT, rate my beer, and Michelle also rate my beer. Sometimes, anyway. Right, we're doing the Stella double. Yesterday's video, I was absolutely amazed, and I do thank everyone for all the comments and everything, and just general support, because it went much better than what we thought, didn't it?
It did. I know I was really interested in trying this keg. I know there's been a lot of debate about it, and I'm glad that so many people joined in by watching the video and participating in the live. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was. I was amazed. I looked at the figures today, didn't I? And I thought, blimey, I won't watch them two idiots. But just that's just an opinion. I like the video anyway, and a lot of you did say that you were more so looking forward to this one. So we've got this one. We've got the bottle as well that we'll do against only the UK keg. Obviously we'll take the Belgian one out of the equation of that, and then we will be doing a live, hopefully with our friend.
Yeah,
on
we should
Saturday,
be having a friend come round, so that will be another opinion as well. Do a bit of blind testing.
You two can, I'm not. I'll probably get it right by getting it wrong now, my luck, couldn't I? But yeah, this is the one that has obviously drilled up more interest. I've seen some people that have done comparable things to this. Obviously they don't do YouTube or anything, but they say that it was really easy to tell, so we'll see.
Well, I'm going to reserve judgment till I've got the two beers in the two glasses.
Yeah, they're both in the two machines there. They're both on 3 degrees, so I won't bother turning the camera around because we'll never get it turned back round, do we?
Right.
Rather than seeing the pour, I'll pour out. This will be the UK one, which is the one running at the top, and this will be the Belgian one. So the one with 650 is a Belgian one, which is the second keg. Obviously you can tell because that keg's full, as you rightly pointed out.
Because I had some of it yesterday, the UK brewed one.
That keg's not. And Michelle even stopped on the UK one on the live last night because we thought, hold on a minute, this keg's going to go in.
Yeah, I didn't want to drink too much because I wanted to be able to do these comparison videos.
Otherwise we won't be having any UK keg to do it, will we? And obviously with hopefully Harry joining in on Saturday, so we'll have a bit of blind testing. We've got to work something out. We need another chase as well, don't we?
We used to have hundreds of them.
Yeah.
We have to see if we can dig one out and put one out.
There is the one from Luke with Fulham on the back of it.
That is right.
Which would be really easy if a bloody calls me a snake or something on the glass engraved. Nice, eh? But right, I'll pour the UK one into here.
Yeah, okay.
That's the top one. Let's give it a pour. It should pour right, shouldn't it? I would hope. Unless I do a classic. You never know, do you?
You never know.
Obviously we've not seen a video of this because the two people that done it didn't do videos. Oh, it's a bit lively, isn't it?
It's a little bit lively.
Well, there you go, that's the UK one.
This is the UK one.
Okay, and then we have the trustworthy celebrity, I call this.
Indeed.
I'm just trying to... Oh, I bodged it. That was my fault, as you saw, for trying to be clever. Okay. Not as clever as I think sometimes, am I? No, I've got it almost the same. That was my fault because I back poured, because that wasn't as lively, the Belgian one, as you could see the pour.
The first thing I was going to talk about. So these are both Stella chalices. We know that they're nucleated. They give you that nice bit of bubbles coming up from the middle. The first thing that is notable for me, the UK brewed one is it's got more carbonation coming up the glass. More. And these are two identical glasses in the fact that they're both nucleated. So
yeah, the UK one, I just put that. I don't have to move. I'll just do it like that. Don't worry about it. Sean will take you out anyway.
So yeah. The bubbles coming up from the middle of the Belgian brewed one, much reduced, isn't it? There's not a lot.
I don't know what you can see on the camera. I can hold them both up. If I try and hold them both up. So there's your UK one. But the carbonation is so different. Yeah, I think you can see it. Yeah, you can
actually see that on the camera.
This is the UK
sometimes
one.
It doesn't show up, but it is on this. No, that way. That's
that way,
it.
yeah. 650s that way.
Yeah.
So in colour
wise, they are looking pretty much
identical, aren't they?
The head retention, UK one is retaining its head slightly better as well.
Yeah, just. But you can see it's but that thick, foamy head on both of them, isn't it? They are quite similar heads.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Thick, foamy white head, you know. It's it's going compact already, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, let's have a sniff. Okay.
And both the glasses in 23, so yeah, pretty much for much, Brian. That's a 650.
I'm not getting a lot of difference on the aroma. Maybe the UK one is slightly more malty, but it isn't particularly notable.
Yeah, for me, that's just substandard lager, as I said yesterday. I think they smell the same.
There's not any
There's
real
nothing.
notable
Yeah, there's
difference
nothing
there.
major. It's not like this has really got a massive sweet malt presence, or this has got a massive hoppy presence. One thing that we did point out, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, was that we both felt that it was slightly more bitter on the aftertaste.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which is what a Pilsner's all about, in all due
that's
honesty.
something that sort of came to mind to me as I was drinking it. I did think maybe it was a little bit more bitter on the end than what I expected.
It's definitely more carbonated. Look.
Yeah.
It's
Even
way
as we're
ahead.
going on and the heads are dying down, it is still that
The heads
carbonation
are
is
quite
coming up.
similar.
through the middle
If you
of the
think they've
glass.
been poured a few minutes now, haven't they?
Yeah.
You've got to remember though, with your carbonation, as you start to drink it, it can bring a little bit
Okay,
of
so
life
which
into
way
it.
are we going to start this video? Are we going to do left to right or right to left?
I don't know. UK,
You want to start with the UK one? Okay.
because it's fresh from yesterday. We made sure we didn't pound too much, and we came out alive, unscathed, almost.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, for me, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like any substandard macro lager with a bit of a bite on the end. Now this is meant to have more to it,
Okay.
and then go the other way around. You know, a lot of people have pointed out a lot of differences.
Okay. The carbonation, although it looks different in the glass, on the mouthfeel it's feeling really similar. Do you want to go and try that?
The old favourite, RIP. Should have put this keg on eBay, I'll tell you.
I'm going to go once more before I kind of go into what my verdict is.
And we have got them. I tell you what, the 3 degrees is really good on these.
Yeah, okay. No, I've picked up on a notable difference, so I'm going to wait for Paul so he can. I don't know whether he'll agree with me or not. Okay, the difference that I'm noticing here with the two of them is the Belgian one has a more creamy, more malty kind of taste to it that follows through right to the end. The carbonation on both of them is similar, even though it looked different in the glass. The bitterness that I was picking up on, which is it's not totally unpleasant with a Pilsner, you expect a little bit of bite to the end
Yeah,
of it.
I agree with that.
The UK one, that is more pronounced, and I did think that yesterday when I was reviewing it and doing them side by side. It's backing up what I said yesterday. For me, that's the big notable difference between the two of them. On the mouthfeel, you know, they feel very similar. One doesn't taste more watery than the other. No, it's not a complex beer. It's a lager. You know, it's not meant to be. So for me, that's the big difference.
Yeah, you see, now I'm a little bit different on that. As I said, and I'll remain the point, I'm definitely no expert on Stella. I'm no expert at anything, but on Stella, I'm definitely not an expert. I drank Stella back in the days at the pub when I said, you knew you had a headache in the morning. You know, it was always a result, because where it used to be called wife beater, and that one still remains that one sometime, if you woke up in your bed and not in the police station, as we used to say. But that's when Stella was Stella.
And it did have a bit of that reputation, didn't it?
And it had a real bit of guts to it. The Perfect Draft one's never been the Belgian Stella. Remember, that's always been made exclusively for the Perfect Draft. Now, the noticeable difference that I'm picking out here, I think this has got more of a zestiness to it. I think is actually smoother.
Yeah, on the smoothness, I'm totally agreeing with Paul on that. I'm finding it a little bit, actually quite a bit more malty, a bit more smooth, and that smoothness follows through. It isn't as dry and as bitter on the end as what the UK brewed one is.
Yeah, it's not.
Which actually, if you read the write-up anywhere about Stella, how it is actually described, it is described as a Pilsner style lager with a dry, bitter finish. So
the UK one's doing its job.
It's kind of doing what the description says it should do.
Yeah, as I said, this isn't Belgian Stella. This Stella's no man's Stella. This Stella was just exclusively brewed for Perfect Draft. You can never go and get 5%, well, not to my knowledge, get 5% Stella in Belgium. It's 5.2.
It's 5.2.
Like the bottles that we
little
reviewed.
bottles that were actually from Belgium.
Against the keg.
5.2 and they got better.
Yeah, that could say that. But it was on the very rare occasions that the bottle puts the keg to bed.
5% Stella Artois is for the keg, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where you get it. So yeah, would it put me off drinking a keg of Stella? No, it isn't going to put me off. If I fancied having a keg of Stella for the summertime, because that's predominantly when I enjoy this style of beer.
Wait till it's on discount.
Yeah, I'd wait till it's on discount and I would go and buy one.
Discount.
The fact that it's brewed in the UK isn't making a big enough change for me to say, no, I'm never going to buy it again.
Right, so getting back to what may well be a future video. I think blind testing you could struggle on this, depending on what way you go, on what one you pick up first, because of the similarities of them. That, as I say, I still remain it's more zesty, and it is slightly smoother. But then that's could because it's following that. If you started on that might not be. Remember, you're going round in a thing. You know, I don't think either of them are great, as I said before, but.
Yeah,
it is more bitter.
It is. It's definitely, isn't it?
It's got a bit more harshness, which for me isn't a bad thing, because I actually like a Pilsner with a bite.
Yeah.
You know, if I could load up Hasselroder here, Hasselroder, which we've got, would be the one that is more similar on the Pils way. I think Hasselroder's more smooth.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, because you get into all complications then, don't you? But there's not that much in it, but there is differences, which there was always going to be. It was never going to be. You know, they can say it's exactly the same. It's more fresher. It's more this. It's just like okay, but that's not really.
That for me is just blurb. Look, these two drinks, they are both doing what they're supposed to do, but in my opinion, the main difference, this is slightly more bitter on the end,
which is in effect how a Pilsner should be.
Yeah.
Although.
The smoothness and the maltiness on this travels right the way through. It isn't as dry and it isn't as bitter on the end.
Yeah, I do prefer that one. If I was choosing one out of the two, I'd say that. But as I say, if it weren't for Michelle, I would have brought Stella when we had the machine. Obviously, over the years we've had it quite a few times, but because of the
old time
for the old time thing. But it's not a keg I'm going to ever go out and buy. I drink Beck's over Stella. Beck's Green, though. It's not Beck's Gold. Beck's Gold's sweet and horrible. That's an insult to Pilsners being called a Pilsner, again in my opinion, but I'd buy Beck's and Hasselroder all day long. You've got Hertong Grand Pilsner on now. That's the keg of the year for me. A 5.8. Hertong puts either of these two, actually it puts both of these two together to bed.
The Grand Pilsner it's a lot more complex. There's a lot more flavours going on there. The mouthfeel is thicker. It
doesn't have the Pilsner bite though.
And it doesn't. It's very smooth.
And it gets away with it because it's actually that good.
Yeah, it's the complexity of the flavours in that particular drink.
And you'd let it go that it doesn't have that big bite on the end, which I always felt is the thing that stopped that from proper being a 10 out of 10. Because it is that good, that keg. That was the keg of the year. You know, the 5.8 goes way over your head. We're getting off track here, aren't we?
We are getting off track. Right. Okay, so getting back to this.
A summary.
A summary of this is the UK brewed one is still a middle of the road lager Pilsner. It's doing what it says. It isn't horrible. It isn't massively different from the Belgian one. I'm just finding there's a little bit more bitterness on the end of this one. The Belgian one is a bit smoother.
The Belgian one's a bit smoother, and it does have a more, as I say, a more zestiness, I think.
A little bit.
Oh, I think so. And every time I've done it, I've tried it. But as I say, if I was choosing one, I'd choose that one. But as I said, in all due honesty, I wouldn't bloody choose either of them. There's so much more better on there. But again, it's just an opinion. You know, I know there's a lot of people that are bang into Stella, and I respect that. You know, I was many years ago. But I've never found it. If you look back to my original review, well, our original review, I panned Stella about 2 years ago. It took a lot of shit from a certain bit of group.
It's his personal preference. It's just not a particular drink that he favours. I enjoy it. Always have enjoyed Stella, and I'll still carry on drinking.
Do you think though that a blind test would be easy? Because I don't.
Yeah, I think I can pick out one from the other.
Maybe you could more so, but there'd be no point with me, because whatever one I do first, I'm going to think it the other way around, and then it's going to follow it, and I'm going to be like, it's a 50-50.
It's always going to be 50-50 when you're cup of tea to drink.
That's what I mean. So you'd be more better to have a 0.5%, even if you're a total dummy, you could still get it right just by guessing. You'd probably be better if we could get a can or something and going 3 ways on it. I would think personally.
Possibly.
Because then at least you've only got 33% if you ain't got a clue.
No, I think I can pick out one from the other.
So, right, until tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do the UK one versus the bottle, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. And we're going to see how that holds up and how it fares against the UK brewed keg.
Yeah, UK brewed keg versus UK brewed bottle. So it's obviously the 5% keg versus the 4.6 bottle. I've been told that you won't tell them apart. I'll be amazed if that's the situation.
We will see.
Because I hate that bloody drink. But we're giving it half a chance having it out of the bottle rather than the can, because them cans are just a no-no for me. But again, just an opinion. Right, thanks for your support. Sorry we've gone on for 17 minutes. I do blame Michelle. It's never my fault.
Let us know your opinion if you tried both of them. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, that's what you think. And any thoughts for the next video, we'll carry it through. Right, bonjour.